This moment was never supposed to be revealed. For years, the world believed one thing about Prince Harry, that he would be by Meghan Markle's side. No matter the cost, through the scandals, media scrutiny, and intense pressure, Harry was unwavering in his loyalty. But now, something has changed, and what he just admitted has shattered the narrative. For the first time, Harry has opened up, and what he said could alter everything we thought we knew. What Harry revealed is shocking, and it suggests that the story of his life and his marriage to Meghan may have been carefully rewritten. For so long, Harry was seen as the devoted prince, the one who chose love over the crown, who walked away from his royal life for Meghan, the man who absorbed the public backlash while Meghan stood at the center of it all. But now everything seems to be unraveling. At a private wellness summit, Harry shared something that nobody expected, a moment of raw honesty that caught the world off guard. He was asked, "Have you ever lost yourself in love?" And Harry paused. For the first time in years, he didn't just answer, he revealed the truth in a way that no one had ever heard before. His expression changed, and after a long silence, he quietly admitted, "I did. There was a time I didn't recognize the man in the mirror." The room fell completely silent. These weren't just words, they were a confession. Harry wasn't just talking about freedom, he was talking about how freedom, for him, had come to feel like a cage. That moment was more than just an emotional breakthrough. It was a revelation that reverberated through social media within hours. Commentators and analysts dissected every word, every pause, trying to understand what this meant for Harry and Meghan. The media had expected Harry to always defend, always protect, but this time he didn't. He spoke from the heart, and that truth sent shockwaves across the globe. The truth Harry shared wasn't just about love, it was about the emotional cost of his decisions. For years, he believed he was rescuing Meghan, protecting her from a royal system he saw as cruel. But now, insiders say Harry has started to question whether he was ever the hero or if he was just someone who had been erased in the process. And this shift in perspective has been evident in his recent actions. In recent months, Harry has become increasingly withdrawn, no more joint interviews with Meghan. More often, Harry has been seen by himself, and when he does speak, he's quieter, more reflective. He's no longer the loudest one at the table. Friends have noticed how distant he's become, even describing him as someone who seems lost. One friend said, "He used to be the life of the party. Now he just stares off like he's somewhere else." And perhaps the most telling thing Harry said was, "Sometimes I miss being invisible." This is Harry. No one expected a man who once craved privacy, now wishing he could disappear entirely. It's a stark shift from the man who chose to leave everything behind for a new life. Harry, it seems, may have traded a palace for freedom, only to find that the cost was greater than he imagined. The behind-the-scenes chaos that followed Harry's wellness summit admission was swift and intense. Meghan's response was immediate. Damage control efforts were launched, and media calls flooded in. But it was too late. Harry's words had already gone viral, and the truth he revealed couldn't be contained. For the first time in years, Harry didn't backtrack or apologize. "I just told the truth." These 6 words became the turning point of the entire narrative. There was no retreat, no softening of his words. Harry had said what he felt, and for once, he wasn't going to retract it. The media reacted immediately. As expected, the headlines started pouring in, dissecting Harry's tone, his body language, and the implications of his words. And yet, despite all the spin, the truth Harry shared couldn't be erased. The more they tried to mitigate the damage, the worse it seemed to get. Harry's confession wasn't just a slip-up, it was a moment of truth, and that truth was that Harry is no longer the loyal husband standing by Meghan's side without question. He's a man who has started to ask himself if the life he chose was the right one. What's more, Meghan's control over their narrative has begun to slip. Public sentiment has started to shift, and the brand that Meghan had so carefully cultivated now seems to be crumbling. In recent weeks, Netflix numbers have stalled, Spotify has already ended its partnership, and invitations have stopped rolling in. As Meghan's world begins to falter, Harry is stepping back. Those who are close to him say that he's becoming more isolated, no longer answering calls from Meghan's Hollywood contacts or attending events that once defined their life in California. Harry is quietly distancing himself from the very people who once surrounded him. Meghan, meanwhile, is reportedly scrambling to regain control. Insiders say she is working on a new strategy to restore her image and protect her brand. But the public is no longer as sympathetic as they once were. Meghan's focus, sources say, isn't on saving her relationship with Harry. Instead, it's on maintaining her carefully crafted public persona. And that is where things have taken a dangerous turn. Harry is no longer playing along with the script. He's speaking his truth, and that truth is unsettling for Meghan, her team, and the public. The illusion they created together is starting to break apart. What happens next? I just told the truth. Harry has begun reaching out to old friends, trying to reconnect with the man he once was. These aren't calls to journalists or public figures. They're calls to those who knew him before the spotlight. They're calls to ground himself again, to remember who he was before all of this fame and pressure took over. And while Harry seeks peace, Meghan struggles to maintain control. As Harry continues to unravel, his honesty has forced a dramatic shift in their dynamic. The more Meghan tries to control the narrative, the more Harry pulls away. This story is far from over.